Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to the very first episode of our Feed the Beast Inventions modded Minecraft Let's Play series. This pack actually just released today. If you don't know, it is a very heavy tech-based pack. There's not a whole lot of magic in it. It does have equivalent exchange, and it's actually the first time Feed the Beast has ever ran equivalent exchange. That's about as close to magic as we're going to get with this pack. I don't believe Thaumcraft is in here at all. I know Botania's not, Blood Magic's not, Witchery's not, so it is primarily tech, or all tech really. And basically equivalent exchange is a big part of this pack because we're not going to be doing a ton of mining or anything. We can use equivalent exchange to get most all of our resources once we get that going. So we'll go ahead and jump in here. I'm kind of excited to check this pack out because, let's see, we'll just go with default. And we'll just do 2 Asgard as the seed. Hopefully it turns out to be a good seed. And we'll go ahead and start up a world here. But yeah, this pack is going to be all about, you know, just basically building big factories and big tech, you know, automation and design and everything. It's going to be, I think it's going to be quite a bit of fun, actually, because once we get equivalent exchange going, we're not going to have to mine and spend a bunch of time on that, so we can focus more on building and coming up with really cool you know, designs and whatnot. So I'm kind of excited to be checking this out today. Like I said, the pack just dropped today. It is on Feed the Beast. It's one of their main packs. So I figured we'd go ahead and start up a Let's Play for this. So you only start with some apples and the world domination with open blocks. So we spawned in kind of a snowy area, some nice mountains over there. As always, we'll go ahead and start by punching some trees here and get us started this way. It has been a little while since I've messed with equivalent exchange. I'd say probably about probably close to a year now. I want to say Resonant Rise was when they had equivalent exchange in the pack. They did end up removing it, but when they had that in the pack, I did play with it equivalent exchange a little bit then. Now in standard packs, I'm not the biggest fan of it because, you know, it kind of just simplifies everything, but for this pack, I think it's going to work out really, really well for this pack. So, alright. And we've got quite a bit of sheep over here, so I'm actually going to go ahead and get some wool. Okay, this doesn't have Tinker's Constructs, so just be aware of that. Alright, let's go ahead and get a few tools here. We'll get a pick, an axe, sword, and we'll actually go ahead and get a shovel too, just to get us going. Alright. And we'll take that with us. And we'll just kill these sheep for right now, get us 3 wool so that we can make a bed for when night falls. And we're getting a little bit of food too in the process, so that's always nice. Alright, now I'm going to start heading out this way because I don't personally like building in snow biomes. I would, except for the fact that shortly after, you know, setting anything up there, it all gets covered in snow. So, oh, I tell you what, we might actually start start building right here with this ravine and everything being right there. I do want to head over here because there's kind of a grassy looking area on the map. Oh wow. Oh wow, I like this actually a lot. Let me mark this ravine right here. And then I think what we'll do is we'll kind of set up a forward base, you know, around in this ravine here, and then do a little bit of exploring, see what we can find. But I really like this area that we started right next to, so far I'm definitely liking the seed. So if you wanna use the seed, it's just to Asgaard. So but we'll see what all it has to hold, you know, as we go here. We'll go ahead and start digging down in here. Now, since this pack does benefit from equivalent exchange, the first thing we're going to want to go for is going to be equivalent exchange. Now, let's see. Do they still have the Alcheminomicon? No. Oh, the Philosopher's Stone is what we're going to want to get to first, if I recall correctly. Mobius fuel, alchemical coal, exchange. Alright, but I know we're going to have to inert stone. Yeah, we're going to have to do a bit of mining to get started with it. So we'll jump into that first thing. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, I keep using my axe. I need to switch that around. I'm used to having my shovel on 3 and my axe on 4, and it's messing me up here. But we'll just dig on down into this ravine here. Alright. But yeah, and I also think this will be a pretty good choice because if you've been keeping up with my Divergent series, you know that starting last night I had a pretty bad bug happen, and I'm working on oh shit. I'm working on getting that fixed. However, until that gets fixed, or you know, in the event that it doesn't, I'm gonna need something to kind of I was looking for like a new pack to move into. Now I will still probably start a I'll probably be starting a Terra Infirma Punk pack as well. If you're not familiar with that, it is a very, very much hardcore pack. Oops. So, but it's also on Feed the Beast launcher as well. Alright, so we're going to need to basically get something with a better harvest level here. Let's see. And we'll go ahead, get us a better pick. Now we can start mining up some of this copper here. And yeah, I believe we're going to want to make an alchemical chest, but we'll need an aludel. Okay, yeah, so we're going to need a bit of iron to get started with this, to get started with equivalent exchange. So, I tell you what, I'll probably cut camera. I know you guys probably don't want to watch me mine for a while. I'm going to go ahead and cut camera. We'll find some resources. primarily iron and maybe some gold. I think we'll need some gold to get started, but I'm not entirely sure. But I'll get some stuff together, and then when I come back, we'll start maybe jumping into equivalent exchange some. So I will be back in just a minute. Alright, welcome back. That didn't take very long. I tossed my wooden sword there. It wasn't worth a crap. I basically went through and mined up some iron in this ravine, and then I started digging down here, and I will show you what I found. I found something very, very nice. I've actually got a decent amount of resources here, but as soon as I dug down, there's a cave system right here. And if you notice, we're already at Y level 17. And right over here we have diamonds, gold, which is actually really nice to find. Oh, whoops. Because basically diamonds are going to be the first really key thing that we're going to need to get started with equivalent exchange. So, and redstone is another thing that we're going to need to get, really started with it. And iron, we'll go ahead and grab this. So it looks like we'll at least get into equivalent exchange today. And we'll need just a few more diamonds here. Oh, well. I got 4, which I believe 4 is just what we need to get started with that, if I recall correctly. So let's head back up. We got... No, this isn't back up. This is some other direction. Yeah, and we got 9 redstone, so we're pretty well set to get started with EE. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is we're going to have to smelt up and get ourselves a piece of charcoal. So, let's go ahead and do that. Whoops. Assuming that this is still the same way that it used to be. So, we'll see. I'll need to go get some wood before long, but... And there's our charcoal. So I believe... What, we just surround this with... cobblestone? No? Okay, that used to be how we got covalence dust. Let me see here. Verdant dust. Okay, none of this stuff has a recipe. But I believe we're going to need this Audel base. Tell you what, let me cut really, really quick. I'll be right back. Let me just figure out what the recipes and stuff are. How they changed it, because it's a little bit different now than it used to be. So, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, yeah, they've changed it a little bit. So, the first thing we're going to want to do is let's go ahead and just smelt up a bit of this cobble to get us some smooth stone. And the first thing we're going to want to do is we're actually going to want to go ahead and craft, all of these items here. So, all these like little machines. So let's actually head up and see if we can find some sand to make some glass. Let me go ahead and grab this iron because we'll need a bit of iron for this. Alright. But yeah, so far I'm actually liking, our spawn point and stuff. It's quite nice, actually. Alright. So it shouldn't be... Yeah, there's some sand right over here, so not too bad. Alright, there's a lot of cave systems around in here, if you hadn't noticed, so... Yeah, we'll just, Oh, and there's another ravine right there. Wow. Alright. Alrighty. And right now we're just going to use that ravine where I'm at. It's kind of like our forward base, and then I'll start building something probably back in there and out in here for a more permanent setup, because I quite like you know, this little starting area here. It's really, really nice, and I think it'll suit our needs very, very well. So head back down here, and tell you what, let me dig out a little bit more cobble so we can make a second furnace. It'll definitely come in handy for us. Let's see, F7, no, not Twitch. Okay. Alright. Make ourselves another furnace. And this one, we'll go ahead and start smelting up the glass that we're going to need. So the first thing we're going to want to make is the calcinator here. I'll tell you what, let's make another furnace so that we can start smelting up a bunch of this iron as well. So I'd like to get into machines. I think this episode, you know, we'll get started with EE. Next episode, we'll probably start getting into some machines for like maybe ore doubling and stuff. Because I imagine we'll hit this pack pretty hard and get through some of this initial stuff pretty quick, is my goal with this. So, but yeah, we'll need to make the calcinator, the Aldale base, the glass ball, the research station, and the augmentation table. So let's go ahead and actually start. I'll just make a bunch of planks here. And what was it, like this? Okay. Oh wait, I'm going to need the iron. I forget that this isn't a Tinker's Construct table. I almost wish they would have included that at least just for the crafting table, because I'm kind of spoiled with those tables, honestly. Alright, so we got our augmentation table. And next up, let's go ahead and make the calcinator. Like this. And then the research station like this. And then we'll need the Aldale base, whatever, which we'll have to get that iron smelted. So while we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and craft our glass bale here. So that's just done like so. And we just need one more piece of iron, so. And go ahead and change that back over. Alright. We'll make the Aldale base stone. And then what we'll do is we'll place this Aldale base down, and then we'll put the glass bale just here on top of it, like that. And now we just need to put some coal into the, what is it, the calcinator and the Aldale, and that's how we're going to get our alchemical chests and whatnot. So let's see, the calcinator, how do we get the, let me see here, the verdant dust. See, let me sleep. Well, not time yet. Alright. So I believe we put it into here with redstone. Yeah. And we'll give it just a second to cook up here. And that gets us ash, apparently. Alright. This ash, you can make the azure dust, but we're going to have to get verdant dust. And I'm not entirely sure. Let's see here. Well, go to sleep. Alright. Okay. Now, see, if you smelt diamonds down, you'll get minium dust. Okay, and then we can use that with coal to make alchemical coal. Alright, let's see here. Stone, that makes ash infused stone. Let's take a look here. And okay, I'm gonna cut camera really quick, and I'll be back once I figure out how we get the verdant dust, because I'm not entirely sure on that. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, welcome back. I figured it out. They've really changed the way EE works, and it took me a little while to find any kind of details on it, but basically what we're going to want to do is this minium dust that we got from the diamond. That's very important for us. We're going to throw this into the Allendale with a book, and then we'll just throw some coal in there so it starts processing it. And what we're going to get from that, I'll give it just a second here. We'll get this Alchemicon. There we go. And if we open this up, see, we don't know any transmutes at the moment. But what we can do is we can throw this into the research station. And, okay. And put our book in there. And then, let's say, coal, for example. We'll give it just a second. See, it's going to transcribe it into our book. And it'll take just a moment. And now we've got that. So, and when you first get this, you might want to make sure and open it up just so it binds it to you. But now see, if we open this up, we have coal in here. And it has an exchange energy of 32. Now, the next step that you want to do is get yourself some stone. You're going to need 9 pieces of it, and you're also going to need 9 pieces of ash. Whoops. And then throw these into the calcinator. I mean, into the Allendale here, the ash and the stone. And then this will take a minute to run. And while that's running, what it's going to make is it's going to make that ash-infused stone that we looked at earlier. See right here, just 1 piece of ash and 1 piece of stone for each one. And if you recall, ash, we just made that by pretty much throwing just junk into here. Anything with a low EMC is going to make ash instead of any kind of like minium dust or verdant dust. Basically, the verdant dust, we don't need that to get started necessarily, but that's going to be the lowest tier of dust, and you're going to get that from EMC values that are basically 64 to like 2077 or something like that. I can't recall, but basically low, like mid-lowish EMC values. But the next thing that you're going to want to make is just bone meal and clay in a crafting grid. That's going to get you chalk, and we're going to use that with this ash infused stone in just a moment. So we'll go ahead and grab this out. And back in here, I guess, let's dig this out just a little bit more. And like I said, this is just going to be a forward base, so we won't be living down here for very long, actually, because especially with the EMC and stuff, we'll get moved for too long. So, and then we'll just use this area kind of for mining and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this iron, though, while we're over here. Alright, so your ash infused stone, you're just going to throw it down in a 3x3. Alright, hold that. And then you'll just take your chalk and click it on the top here. You can actually make larger ones, but for now we're just going to make the basic, this initial one here. So we'll right click it on there, and if you notice, our chalk took a little bit of durability damage, but not too much. So now we can actually, oh, whoops, didn't mean to break that. Now that we have that, what we can do is, do we throw it on there, or how do we, no? Alright, let me see. I figured it would just open up a GUI here, but maybe that's not the case. Let me cut camera real quick and I will figure this out. Okay, I figured it out. We're supposed to use Shift and V. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. You just hit V and it'll toggle between the different sizes. This small one isn't what we want. So V is going to make it bigger. Shift V is going to make it smaller. So we want the 3x3 here version, and then we just click it, right click it onto there, and then we can just shift right click with an empty hand, and that's actually going to make the transmutation tablet multi-block. So that's how you form it. And then you can just right click it here, put your Tome of Knowledge into here, and then put items around it. So let's say we put this mutton here, or maybe I don't really want to use the mutton. Okay, we'll use the bone meal. So we'll put these items around here, and you can we can adjust this up. But anyway, so we have our items in here. If you notice, we have, with these items in here, we have an energy value of 100. So this coal, if we want to make more coal, it costs 32 energy. So then we can just click that, and it's going to use up a few of these items and drop our energy value, and we got a piece of coal from that. So we can grab another one, and if you notice, when we grab something out of here, it does take the coal option out, but if you just pick this up and put one of the items back in, you can get your list again. So that way we can transform like junk, like cobblestone and different things that we don't need, and get stuff that's actually a bit more beneficial for us. So eventually we'll set up an automation system that creates maybe like cobble gen or a mob farm or something like that. I know in the past EE worked a little bit different, and you can make like infinite EMC stuff with blaze rods, and because basically blaze rods cost less than the amount of blaze powder that you got. Like you would actually gain a little bit of EMC, and you could just constantly break them down into blaze powder and then turn them into EMC, purchase more blaze rods, and rinse and repeat that way. But yeah, so now we can go ahead and start researching a bunch of stuff, because this thing is going to hold just an infinite amount of items, everything that you can come up with, and it is going to consume the item when you scan it. However, From that point on, you're going to have the research in your Alchemicon, and you'll always be able to make more when you need it. So I suggest, like, just about everything, just at least scan it, once, so that you have it in there. Because once we get this really going, we'll be able to craft, most anything that we need from this thing. So I'll probably do a bunch of scanning and stuff. I'll do it off camera. Like I said, next episode we're going to start getting into machines and like a power system. We'll probably get a sag mill and alloy smelter and all of that going, so that we have some kind of ore doubling. And off camera I'll probably start setting up like a little home area over there, so that we have a place to live and not just in the bottom of this ravine. But for right now, this just kind of worked out, so we're using it. But yeah, I'm sorry I had a little bit of issue getting this started. Like I said, it is quite a bit different from the EE that I've done in the past, because I know in the past you would create like the Philosopher's Stone and then make the like the portable tablet and all that. So they've changed this up quite a bit, and so it does take a little bit of getting used to. Let me see here. I wonder, can we possibly cook this down? I was wanting to get some verdant dust so I could show you guys something that you could do with that, but yeah, see, we're just getting ash out of that. So I don't know that we have anything just yet. Actually, what about sapphires? Imagine these actually might, because these are an exchange value of 1,024, so maybe this is something that we can get verdant dust from. No. Ash. Okay. Well, trying to think, is there anything else? I know redstone just gave us ash. What about uranium? That's a 1,024. Because when I looked online, like, anything above like 64 should stop being ash at that point. But that's not the case for us, as we're discovering, so I don't know. But I'll keep messing with it for next episode. We'll try to find out what we need to, be cooking down to get that. And like I said, next episode we'll get more into EE next episode, and we'll also start getting into machines and stuff, and getting ourselves like a power system and whatnot, and start working towards actually building up a decent base and everything. So if you enjoyed the episode, please comment, like, subscribe. It's very, very much appreciated. And until next episode, take care, and sorry again that it took a little bit of trial and error to get this going, but I feel like we're on the right track now. Now that we have that stuff, it'll be a little bit easier to move forward with it. But and next episode we'll cover the alchemic bags, which are really, really nice, and the alchemic chests as well. So but yeah, so until next episode, take care, and I will see you then.